everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all well and enjoying your fishing. Now today we're going to tie a nymph. For those rivers that are swollen and high in level, this nymph may get you out of trouble. In the vise I have a size 14 nymph hook with a 3.3 silver bead, and we're going to turn this into this. Okay, so let's get on with the tying. I'm going to be using 6/0 black thread. Now it's clear that depending upon the depth and the force of the river, you may need something more than a 3.3 bead, and that may mean the necessity of putting lead underneath. But see how we get on with the 3.3. Right now the tail is going to be floss, and I'm using Glow Bright number 8. Now it doesn't matter what number you're using, 5, 6, 7 or 8. They are all orange. They are fire orange, hot orange, orange orange, amber orange. So it's entirely up to you which one you use. So cut off a length, double it over, and double it over again. And you should end up with something like this. Just going to trim up the end for tying in. And tie it in back to the rear of the hook shank, and I'll tie down the rest as well to the bead and back down again. And we'll trim off the tag. Now the length of the tag is entirely up to you. You can have it longer, you can have it shorter. You can always adjust it at the river. Now the rib will be copper wire, and a medium copper wire. Doesn't have to be, it can be anything really, anything you want it to be. And I can't break that off, so I shall have to cut it off. And I'll tie that in. Bind it down the length of the hook shank and back down to the rear of the fly. Now the body is going to be black dubbing. It doesn't matter what sort of black dubbing you use. It can be any type of black dubbing. Just going to dub this on. See how we get on with this. Put on just a little bit more. That's fine. Now we're going to put on the rib. Now the rib, you probably only need 3, possibly 4. There, that's 3. And we'll tie that off. Let's see if we can break this off. Right. Now you can see that I've left quite a gap here between the bead and the body dubbing, and that's because we're going to put in a thorax, and the thorax is spectra dubbing number 45. Now this is what is considered to be bronze peacock. So we'll just put in the thorax. That's enough. those fibres back. And I'll trim up some of the longer fibres. Now the collar is going to be a CDC collar, and another one of my cut-offs that I'm going to use out of my cut-off bag. And I'm just going to pull the longer fibres back from the point of the feather and trim up the point for tying in. We won't need many turns, it's a very light collar. And there's 2 turns there. I'll tie that off. And trim up the stalk. Pull back the fibres. Right, now I'm going to create a black collar before tying off. And I'll put on some glue onto the thread before tying off. And trim up the tying thread. Right, now, some of these fibres of the CDC are too long. We don't want them much longer than the length of the body of the fly, so I'm just going to take it out of the vise and we'll trim up some of these fibres. If you want to use scissors, you can use scissors, but I'm doing it with my fingernail or thumbnail in this instance. There. If one is a little bit longer, I don't think we will worry, and I don't think the trout will worry. So there you go. That is the nymph for high water. When the rivers are pushing through, this nymph could help you out. Hope you enjoyed the tying. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.